Morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. It is currently 8 a.m.-ish. Just going through, been awake for a little while here. Just going to do some light worker stuff. But I figured I'd bring you along with what the issue is. So, you watched the last video, you know that light worker, we were in the middle of launching and stuff like that. And we run into really one issue. And here's the issue. This is what it looks like on desktop. And this looks fine. This is like a normal page. So if we just go back here, you'll find the right tool to kickstart your AI journey. We have kind of the different pieces in here, and like this is what the page looks like. The problem is, for some reason on mobile, it's breaking. And this is just like, it's not loading the photos. It looks like it's just not loading the CSS, which is very strange. And we went through and we debugged everything, but this is even a different like menu system than what we had before. So we're trying to just debug it to make sure why it doesn't look like this, because this is correct. This needs a little bit more information. There's a background cover photo and stuff like that, but this is completely broken. And if you shrink this down to being like mobile size, like it still looks correct, right? Like, so something's going on with the CSS. Can't figure it out just yet. Yeah, gonna spend this morning debugging this. Again, this is the glamorous stuff that you don't actually see when you're actually going to build companies. You see the outputs of this, not what's actually going on. So yeah, there you go. Let's get this started. Let's fix these issues. And just like that, before even 8 o'clock actually hits, I guess it's 8 o'clock now, maybe just before, it got fixed. So the major issue here was a cache. The website was cached on kind of mobile devices, so it was working on the browser itself because we cleared the cache. But the server-side cache, even no matter how many times you cleared it from your phone, the server was still caching it individually from mobile devices. So the mobile one didn't render. So I went in, cleared the cache, deleted the old cache files, recached the new files, and now this is working here. So there you go. It wasn't a CSS issue. Always. The first thing I learned in web development was step 1, clear your cache. Step 2, clear your cache. Generally, if it's stuck somewhere, then that's generally, if it's not looking how you think it's going to look, and you can see it working in one area, then it's generally a cache issue. So didn't jump right to that, jumped to a CSS issue, but it was a CSS related cache issue. So anyways, there we go. Major part of this website is now good. There's a few little tweaks. So this was the kind of the major one that needed to get sorted out. All right, so quick update on the day. You saw Lightworker kind of got up and running. We have a few last minute issues to sort out. A couple linking issues are what's going on. We want to make sure that the optimal user experience is there. Again, I think by the time you watch this video, the website will actually be live. I think that we've actually taken down the maintenance page right now because most of it is good and up and running. But yeah, so that's that. Second part of my morning was dedicated to actually an interview. Super exciting company overall. I would love to go work for there. And again, during this whole process, one of the things I've made sure to talk about is, yes, I work for myself. Yes, I run all these companies, but it doesn't mean that working at another company is completely off the table. And actually, there's a few companies and a few roles that I would actually love to go work for, and this happened to be one of them. So I wanted to make sure that, that interview went well, that was a smooth process overall. And I think that it went really, really well. Kind of just wrapped it up, good conversation. There's going to be a follow-up later this week for whatever next steps are. So that's super honestly exciting. Yeah, would very much love to go work with them. Now on my way to, the reason you're getting this angle is because my phone is actually dead. I forgot to charge it last night and now it's dead. So otherwise you'd get the car angle driving. So off to a meeting about Milton Innovation. It's with one of the community members that has been very influential, trying to get kind of key pieces, key speakers, things like that up and running, kind of helping me out. So we're gonna go do an hour-and-a-half brainstorming session. We're gonna go do an hour-and-a-half brainstorming session on kind of things that we need to add in, speaker topics, just overall things like that. It's very good to have another person that's working on this as well. Again, they're indirectly involved. They're a community member right now, but we'll see how that goes. So I don't know how much in there I'm going to tape. I don't know if they're comfortable being on camera or anything like that. But let's see what you get in the next clip. But overall, it's been a very productive day. The rest of my afternoon is kind of boring overall. Just going to be doing some website updates for Epilogue, and make sure that website is up to date, and so my current offerings are, captured and everything like that. And then just, the grunt work of actually trying to run the business, emails, doing the actual work, kind of sending off some proposals for another client and stuff like that. So there's the rest of my day. Yeah, we're gonna go crush Milton Innovation. I'm super excited about what we come out of the brainstorming session. The 31st meeting is already going to be incredible, and it's just the beginning of the year. We're going to just keep getting better and better. Fun little fact that the Blossom Cafe, Chudley's in Milton, is where I seem to be hosting all of my meetings. This seems to be the place to go for me. All right, so we're back from the meeting. Very productive meeting overall. Really good brainstorming session. One of the community members has been really, really deeply involved in what we're doing. It's been nice to see kind of the community trying to figure out how to build a community. So very, very influential across the board. I'm very excited to be able to collaborate and work with this person. They provided a lot of value so far to myself. The speaker that's coming out on the 31st is actually from this person overall. So we're going through trying to collaborate, trying to figure out who else is out there, who else fits these niches, and how to expand the market. So a couple different things are in there. One is, my hands are overexposed. That's fine. Trying to figure out, actually, let's change this. There we go. That's better. Trying to figure out who the key players are. So I made a call to action on LinkedIn. I'll post it down below about just wanting to partner with these other companies that are out there. So these incubators, the accelerators, the angel companies. I want them to all start being aware about what we're doing, and I want to be able to build an ecosystem with them, not so much from a investment point of view, but more so just like, let's build this Toronto GTA outside Toronto GTA ecosystem. How do we build that out, and how do we make sure that you don't have to go to downtown Toronto to build a company? You can be in Milton or in Halton or vice versa, anywhere else, and still build that out. So we went through that. So trying to get speakers, trying to make sure that everyone was on board for that. The biggest thing that I need now is a content calendar. This was something that I was, somewhat on my radar, and I started to build one in Airtable. But how do I start to build out the content calendar so we know that, what the next 3 events are? Ideally, I would like to build it out for the whole year and try to get that all mapped out. A year is going to be a little bit far, maybe 6 months worth of meetings. And how do we start to make sure that people know what's upcoming so they want to come and attend so they don't miss anything? How do you make sure that you draw that attention to the next meeting overall? So that's something that I got to work on. And then how do you start to layer in these other pieces? The meetups that we host are free to our members. Everyone can come out, but I've just introduced this idea of membership. And how do you play into that now? What is the additional pieces that you offer them? So we were talking about member-only nights. We were talking about pitch nights. We were talking about, how do you make sure that there's courses or something else, something that will want them to come and join the community, but not just join the community. That might be all you need, right? From a point of view, you might just need to network, and great, we can handle that. We can facilitate that. How do you do that next layer? How do you do that next piece? So trying to layer out the content calendar for that as well, so we can get speakers and workshops. And you want to do marketing, great. Like, let's bring in a professional marketer. Let's do a workshop. Let's go through and figure out how to run your business. And should be doing X versus Y, and do a deep topic and a deep dive. Make sure that this is all actual practical, hands-on information. So I need to go through and build that out. That's one of the biggest pieces, because that layers into the sponsorships, the venues. As I was going through and thinking about all of this, really, I don't need this to be a profitable business. This to me is a piece that I can give back to the community. Obviously, I would love for it to support itself money-wise. I don't want to have this be, a loss every single time that I do it. But I would like for it to just maintain itself. I love the community. I love doing these things. I love all these individual pieces. So how do I generate something that is very much community first, community second, and then, yes, I said community first 3 times.
and then it happens to make enough money to be able to support itself. Because at the end of the day, I want to be able to provide value, and if it doesn't provide value, then no one's going to show up. So I want to make sure that we're leaning heavily into making sure that everyone who attends these meetings gets some sort of value, and if you want extra, if you want more, if you want that next level, that we have a tier for that. So anyways, I think there's a lot there. We also talked about some services that could be offered. Again, part of building community is you have access to a great kind of network of people overall. And if we take some of that information, take some of these things that we're thinking about, be able to build that into a service for companies. Obviously, I understand what companies need. And there's all these different pieces about being able to pull that apart, to be able to say like, oh, companies need X. Well, I can now provide that service because I have those people, those skills, that knowledge in the community, and be able to connect those two together and just kind of facilitate the serendipity that happens is super, super intriguing. So very productive meeting overall, very good. I think that there's more like this, so expect more from Milton Innovation kind of in this realm. I think it's super intriguing. It is 3 o'clock, so that meeting was 2.5 hours, 2 hours, something like that. So good, super productive meeting, lots of notes taken. Cracked open a new notebook. One of the joys is I forgot my old notebook, which had a whole bunch of other just things I wanted to go over. I forgot that at home. So one of the joys of physical note taking is the forgetfulness. This is my wallet, so I can't really forget this. But the other one is, just ran out this morning of that notebook. So anyways, that's rambling on about notebooks and pen and paper. Now we're just going to crank out emails and messages for the next probably 2 or 3 o'clock, probably for the next hour. So we're going to go. This is the fun side of running the business, is I now have a whole bunch of emails to go crank through. So I'm just going to do that. All right, team, we're going to wrap it here. Thanks for watching me work for the past hour and a half. I really appreciate you making it to this point in the video. Just going to summarize the day here. Kind of woke up, did a whole bunch of stuff for Lightworker across the board to get that up and running. We just officially launched right now. Well, we're not public yet. We'll be doing a LinkedIn post tomorrow. By the time you see this, that post will have gone out. Good day kind of doing the interview stuff. So really, really well overall. Very excited about that company. Again, I won't talk about it until it's actually final. Did some summary stuff for Milton Innovation, some really, really good brainstorming across the board. I just spent the past hour, or whatever you just saw there, probably 5 seconds for you guys, building and updating our deck and our website and kind of the content strategy for how to move forward. So that's kind of exciting. None of that will be announced yet. That's still very, very preliminary, but one of these little behind the scenes things. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the night kind of just, I'm going to go cook dinner right now. It is 4:30. 4 o'clock right now. I'm going to go make dinner and stuff like that before my wife gets home, and then eat and hang out and do all that fun stuff when she gets home. And I don't think there will be a couple little things, but I'll update in the next video about what's taking place. So anyways, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.